Welcome to Thunai Podcasts. Abuse and inflicted harm leads to trauma and mental despair. How does one come out of this and live a life of respect? How does one recover from mental injuries? Let us listen to Swetha's story. You are listening to Survivor Stories. This is the story of Swetha, who was kidnapped at a young age, getting sold into brothels and succumbing to a life of a sex worker by coercion and force. For Swetha, the physical agony and mental torture were just preludes to a life with trauma.
I work in a non-profit organization where we interview people who are subjected to such situations in life. Based on their background and qualifications or skills that they know, we help them to upgrade themselves for better living prospects. Normally, in interviews like these, individuals do not want to be named. But Swetha, she was different. She wanted us to put the hard facts in record and shared with us her story of horror with courage and boldness that I have never seen before. I had to be amazed by this woman's grit. Swetha said, "Yes, I was just 12 when I was kidnapped. Then, till the age of 20, I was forced to work as a sex worker. After hearing this, I chose to only be a witness of this meeting rather than intervening with questions." The only daughter to her parents, Swetha was celebrating her 12th birthday, also the last one, with her parents. Once the birthday party was over, while playing with her friends in the front of the house, she recounts that she couldn't remember much, except when I opened my eyes, I was in a small dingy room. There were many girls like me in that room. Some ladies were there to take care of us. Probably all they could do was feel sorry. The ladies took care of us so that the kidnappers don't harass and harm us anymore. I was left just like an object in a room allotted for me. At that age, I didn't even realize what was happening to me. I was subjected to hours of sexual abuse. I was not allowed to know what is happening in the outside world. This went on for 8 long years. One day, a lady with a khaki sari came to the room. I must have been unconscious, as I was for most part of the day. She brought me back to my consciousness and kept asking my name and where I came from. At that time, all I could remember was my name and nothing else. When she kept asking again and again, I could not control and I cried loudly. Along with the other girls, they brought me to the police station in a van. It was only then I came to know that I was in Mumbai, very far away from home in Hyderabad. They sent us to a rescue home, and there I met with many social workers. I also met a few counselors who regularly visited us and spoke to us freely about what happened to us, about how we feel, and what our mental state is. I remember crying a lot in these sessions. Listening to stories of other girls who, like me, suffered made me cry even more. Initially, I never spoke to anyone and felt so ashamed of myself, my body. I could not eat any food or sit in the common area. But gradually, the social workers in the home helped me to mingle with the other girls, eat properly, and take care of myself. After a few months, They also encouraged me to go out, talk, and meet different people and move ahead with life. It's time I learned to respect myself again, but it took a lot of support for me to regain my lost confidence and my lost body. The doctors helped me regain some memory of where I used to live. I was able to recollect my house address. With the help of the social workers, I also tried to reach out to my parents. But the rudest shock awaited me. I came to know that from the day I went missing, my mother did not eat or drink anything and gradually died. And having lost me and my mother, my father committed suicide. All my hopes were shattered into pieces. But it is said that a door opens when everything seems to shut itself on you. A good person from Delhi came forward and sponsored my education. With his help, I learned computer applications and also a foreign language. Now I live with so much confidence and happiness. At present, Swetha works at an MNC in a very good post. She is also a mother of a daughter whom she adopted a few years back. Though she doesn't give us details about her daughter, she speaks about her with so much pride. After completing this interview, Swetha walked out of the room. As I watched her walk, the song that kept playing in my mind was Singapenne, Singapenne, Swetha the Lion.
Recovery from trauma is possible. Stories of living and healing gives faith and the courage to heal. With this hope, let us listen to therapeutic inputs from our expert, Mr. G.R. Sitaram, Gestalt psychotherapist and master NLP practitioner and founder trainer collective.
The situation is very different where the person has gone through multiple abuses. I would say it's not one abuse, it's a multiple abuse. So for them, they are a human being, right? They are more ethical in terms of their behavior. In terms of behavior, they are more ethical, I would say. The reason is due to circumstances they have come into this, not by choice. And fundamentally, you have to make them understand that they are accepted in the society the way they have been living. They have to be accepted first. Acceptance is the challenge. What they have gone through is not the challenge. And then the trauma will reduce. The society today, what transgender is facing is the same problem. Now it is changing. I think this will also change.
You were listening to Thunai podcasts. Please visit www.thunai.org for more such content.